Okay, this is Benjamin with Benjamin's Room, and today we're going to be interviewing a lady who is in a relationship with her sister's man. Maybe I should reword that. Her sister and her, they got the same dude. You hear me? So we about to interview Shawty. You hear me? Welcome to Benjamin's Room. You did. It's like one of our first interviews. You did. We're gonna be doing a lot of interviews. We're gonna be talking about all type of interesting topics. You did, and we're gonna hit them with the questions that the people want to hear. You hear me? So we're gonna work this platform. You did, so we get it to where we need to be. You hear me? But right now we about to call Shawty. You did, and see what it's hitting for. You dig? Get these questions out. All the ladies on my page, they itching to see what this about. You hear me? They didn't send me some questions. I didn't come up with some questions. You hear me? Fuck, we just gonna rock out. We're gonna have a conversation. It ain't gonna be like no interview type shit. We're gonna have a conversation and we're gonna drop thought. You dig? So this is Benjamin's Room. You dig? I'm doing this really for y'all. So y'all gotta work with me. You dig? I'm a rookie at this shit. You dig? So, you know. I'm a rookie. I'm new. So y'all fuck with me. Y'all bet with me. Any suggestions y'all have, fuck, just, drop that in the comment section. You heard me? Like, share, you did comment. Make sure you subscribe to the page, Benjamin Speaks. You heard me? Make sure you go to Instagram, because that's my main platform. And I operate off of that. That's Benjamin's Room. You dig? That's what everything stemmed from. The Instagram. You dig? So I hope y'all enjoy this shit. You heard me about the call short, and we're gonna rock out.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? This is Benjamin from Benjamin's Room.
Hey.
You all right? You good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I inboxed you and let you know about the call, but I had just called right away. Cause I was trying to, like, everybody on my page, they really like waiting on this interview. You did. So I just wanted to try to make it. You're gonna be like one of the first ones we interview. So
Um,
you don't have to give us your real name. You could give us a fake name if you want to. What's your name?
my name is Winter.
Winter. All right, Winter. Well, my name is Benjamin, and we're gonna just start this off. Winter is a lady who I found on Instagram who explained to me. Turn your TV down for me a little bit, Winter.
Okay.
All right. Winter explained to me that she is in a relationship. Her and her sister are in a relationship with the same person. Correct?
Yeah.
Correct. All right. So could you rather would you like to elaborate on it a little bit to give us just a clearer understanding on how just the broad view of the situation.
Um, Broad.
Like we gonna get into the questions, but we just want to know like who met who, like how does like is it her boyfriend first, or like who comes first, who comes second, like explain to us the dynamic of the situation.
There's no first or no second. We're both treated equally the same. That is her guy, and I came in this situation, the relationship. Probably they've been together for 2 years, so I've only been in it like the last 6 months.
So it's kind of new right now, basically.
Yeah.
So all right. So in this situation, there is no first, there is no second. What would you say to women who would consider you being second, since she was with him first?
I guess that it's all about the relationship that you have with the person, such as me and my sister's relationship, and I guess, their relationship and then our relationship. So,
And do you have children?
yes, I do.
All right. Are there any of them the children for him?
Mm-mm.
All right. So you have children on your own. Does she have children also?
Yes, she does.
How do the children deal with that situation? Or do,
Um, we live in, we're all in one house, so the way that the children are set up, like, they know, well, they know that that's my sister's boyfriend. They don't know too much, about basically me being inside of the situation or anything like that. And I wouldn't even expose my children to something like that.
So, all right, tell me this. If, let's say, you grow comfortable in the situation, right? And it's something that you feel like could be something that's long term, right? As the children grow older, how do you explain, or do you just hide it from them until they grow older? What if they find, like, are you ready for them finding out ever?
I think that process will happen as they do grow older, because right now my children are young. The oldest that I do have, he's only 7, so they'll find all of that out as they get older, and, I mean, it's not nothing for me to hide or anything like that, but we just all just so comfortable and so just stay back, so, I mean, we don't really go around flaunting like, we all in the relationship together.
Right. One of the other questions, number one questions people ask is about protection. Do you guys use protection or no?
No.
And what reason would do, like with STDs and stuff like that, you don't think about stuff like that?
Yes, I do, but they have been together with each other for 2 years. I was saying that they don't personally use protection, and me, just being in the situation for the past 6 months, I haven't really stepped out of the situation where I would be in any type of way, shape, or form, like, in danger of contacting an STD from somebody else.
Right.
I really don't, honestly. I'm loyal to them, so it's just like, there's no reason for me to honestly step out of the situation. If I wanted to, then that's something that I talk about with them. So.
Right. Would you two consider welcoming a third person, like a third woman, or is two like the most?
I don't understand.
Like another woman besides your sister. Like let's say he wanted to bring another woman into the situation. Like a third woman. Because
that's totally upon them. That's their relationship.
All right, so it would be up to her.
I really don't have like any type of. I mean, I think that we're all comfortable, and we have all come to a conclusion that we all talk. So we all do come to the conclusion that, like, this is it. Like, there's no looking for nobody else, because I believe that they were looking for somebody to have a threesome with for a very long time, and it was just like that didn't really, happen for them. So, and when I came into the equation, I came under very bad circumstances. I was in a very, very, very abusive relationship for the past 4 years, and when I did come to my sister, she just basically saw me like, this is like the last straw. Like, I'm just gonna need you to just come on, get all this stuff, come on. And it was just, I don't know.
All right, then tell me this.
I guess that is different, because I mean, I was asked for like the whole threesome thing and me just not being comfortable to do that type of stuff with my sister. I mean, I don't have a problem doing a threesome. It's just I'm not going to do it with my sister. And we both agreed on that. And then they had their own simple conversation where it was, well, you know, I'm attracted to her, and would it be cool if we, I mean,
So
just break it down and gave it to her, and she accepted, and it was just like we all just came to this conclusion.
So it's not a threesome situation?
No.
All right, so it's like two separate relationships.
It's one big relationship that's happening on two separate occasions.
All right, so it's two sexual, it's two different sexual relationships, but one relationship.
Yes.
All right, cool. All right, that was my next question, and this is what I want to ask. What would you say to a person who would say that you are being taken advantage of by you coming out of a abusive relationship?
Actually, I was thinking the same thing in the beginning, and then it's just even if that is the case, it's just so much better for my mind, me personally, I feel, because I mean, I obviously don't have any. I'm not picking them right, so I mean, why not welcome somebody that's willing to? I mean, like, that's really willing to just basically do any and everything for me and my children.
Right. So basically, it's a good situation for you mentally right now.
Yes, it is.
All right. Cool. All right. Let me see what else I have for you, because this is actually very interesting. Are any of you guys religious at all?
We are religious, but I don't really I mean, we are religious. We don't attend any type of church or anything like that, but we all just like, I guess, are like very strong on like that whole black magic, black power, and really not submitting to somebody else's religion or what somebody else has taught you, or, you know, like, what do you take from out of this conversation, or what do you take out of this conversation? And we all just talk, and we have debates, and we just really just get it in, we just talk.
Right. All right, tell me this then. What do you say to women who are thinking about entering this type of relationship? Like if they're like, if it's on the plate, but they're just pandering on what to do, what would be some advice you would give to them?
I think it all depends on the situation, how it can all play out. The person, the people, especially the man. Like, the man must just be totally honest, and you must be honest from the start to the end. Like, everything just must be just honest. Honesty, communication is just great. So if you don't have that, then it will be bound to go to destruction. It really can. Because we did have a kind of a hard little turning point with, I could say, just like probably like it's out in the open and we're just like talking about it. Like, we almost had a turning point then and there, you know, because we was all going through our own situations, such as me not having a job and me going to school and my sister working, and then she ended up stopped working, and, you know, he's the only person that works in the house, and it was just,
Right.
I don't know. If you get yourself in a situation, it's just, I could say, just all have communication, really.
Communication.
Please just be honest. Be honest about it.
And tell me this: Do you think do you think it's possible for women to control like men, or do you think it's just like men are just going to be men?
Um, I can say, I got my drawbacks to it, but then again, it's like, it's not like I have not seen it be, like I haven't seen it done. So, or I haven't done it myself, like controlling a person or using some type of, like, saying pussy is power, basically using my pussy as the control factor over this man. Like, you know, when a woman gets mad, they can easily take some shit back from you, like, you're not getting any pussy today, or, trying to have some type of control in the relationship. And,
Do you feel like it's a
men
temporary?
can't really do that.
Do you feel like is well? Tell me this. All right. Do you feel like the control that women have is a temporary control, or because like sometimes you could be in a relationship and the man is temporarily like into you, and then as time go on, he's temporarily into somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
do you think you as a woman have any control over that, or like or is he just always going to do what's best for his penis?
I think men and women go through that. Like, they have a whole. It's called basically just lusting. You can lust for a certain amount of time. You can lust actually for a long time, but once the lust is gone, I mean, you really have to wake up to this person every single day. Then, I mean, that's when it really just comes into play. But I, I don't really, I don't know.
Well,
Uh,
why do you think that it's so hard for women to accept the fact that men desire other women? Like when a
I
woman get
don't think.
married and stuff, they be like, it should be all about them and they're the number one thing. So like, I think women in America are kind of trained to think like that, because when you travel outside of America, or even just go online and look at how women are outside of America, sometimes you see that they're more submissive, and men have multiple wives and like Muslim religions and stuff like that. Um, and that's why my question is going towards American driven women, because you know what I'm saying, because here women are more prone to have one man, and expect that man to have one woman, and it's just not a rule that applies across the board. You know what I'm saying? So why do you think that it's so hard for women to accept the fact that like your sister boyfriend, he desire you? Like, why do you think that's so hard for women to accept?
Their own personal insecurities and what they feel and how we just basically just look at ourselves. I mean, I think that it's hard for women in some circumstances, but I don't also think that it could honestly just be hard if you have a very communicative relationship with this person, where this person is just like just just real. I mean, with if you have a person that is just real and just don't lie to you about nothing at all whatsoever, it could work. That's why relationships do work.
So do you feel like every relationship is based around communication?
Yes, I do.
That's cool. All right. I heard you say that you guys went through a rough patch. Could you elaborate on that a little bit?
The first patch was
Like, what type of problems would come up
my
in?
my sister, and I guess me and him don't really. I guess we didn't feel these ways, but my sister did. But she felt as if she was being like second, and me and her just basically growing up and having so much history. The oldest, she has always basically felt like that, and she has always voiced that. But she just feels that it was coming back around because, her just being second, and, she really wasn't liking it. So, and I didn't really know what to say. So I decided to talk to him about it. And it was something that we all just had to work through and just talk and have that communication to basically have it out. And that's what I mean by having communication. Like, if my sister would never came to me and told me that she had those type of feelings, then she could be harboring something and, having some type of vendetta, or it could be jealousy being involved and all these other complications and shit that you have to deal with and work with. Like, every time I turn around, this bitch is always, just having these little small grains of salt that can obviously just build into mountains that you don't want to deal with later on. So it's better to deal with the shit and get it out in the open now than to regret what's going on later, because it's not like that we're in no bad situation. Like, this man takes care of both of us, our kids. He cooks, he cleans, he cuts the grass, he does everything. He goes to the grocery store. So, I mean, why not talk and hash it out now where we can all just... And it, like I said, it was a rough point because I honestly didn't know, like, what to say. So it was just like, wow. Like, I hate that you even feel this way, but that's not the case. So,
Right. So do you have any daughters?
No, I don't.
No daughters. All right. Well, all right. Does she have any daughters? Do your sister have any daughters?
Yeah.
All right.
She has one daughter.
So, all right. Tell me this. Just a hypothetical question. If you had daughters who are in that type of situation and you find out, how would you deal with it?
Like I said, it's really, it depends on the man. Like, if my daughter is, if me personally, if I raise my daughter to be everything that she's going to be, and these are her own sexual preferences, I mean, what else can I say? What can she say to me? Well, Mom, he's not doing drugs. He doesn't hurt me. We don't fight. We don't have no type of problems. I mean, I still have a job. I still have my education. I mean, what more can you say? Like, I'm set in life, so by me being basically set in life, then why does my own sexual preference or my reference of people that I like, why does that even matter?
Right. All right.
And that should go for boys as well. Like, okay, Mom, you taught me basically everything that I know. So why does it matter that I want to have 2 girlfriends or 3 girlfriends or whatever? I just be like, okay, son.
So if it ever becomes legal to marry 2 women, is that something that you would consider? Even though it's only been 6 months. Let's say he proposed to both of you and it's perfectly legal. Is it go?
Mm, um, I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know about all of that. And the only reason why I say that is because I still hold a lot of things from my past relationship. So,
So,
it's just.
so if he popped out a ring right now, the answer is no.
I'm sorry?
So if he popped out a ring right now, the answer would be no. That kind of put a little damper on the relationship. You know that, right?
I mean, they personally talk about marriage, and I'm so for their marriage and all of that. You know, like, that's just awesome. Get married, have wonderful, like, but for me, I don't know about all of that.
But what would happen if he fell in love with you?
I mean,
But like you said,
I think we all come to the conclusion that we all love each other. You know, it may just be different. Like, okay, like me and my sisters, we had sisterly love, and you know, they can have the whole love and like, I love you. You're my soulmate. You're the one that's meant for me. And the love that me and him have for each other is like, boo, you are my best friend. Like, you my best friend. I just, I don't know. We came as like best friends before anything. Like, we were best friends, and nothing ever sexual has even came up. So before anything, and we can always, like, if my sister says shit, you know, I'm really not comfortable with it anymore, and I just want you guys to stop, then it's not. I mean, we both have come to conclusion where, I mean, if it has to stop, and I have to basically go get whatever I want from somebody else, then that's fine. It's not that big of a deal. We don't really take it like that. Like, it's cool and all, but I mean, it's not nothing that we talk about or beat a dead horse over, or no, none of that.
right? Do you guys have the same mom and dad?
What do you mean?
Like, you and your sister, y'all have the same mom and dad, both?
Oh, yes.
All right. And you know, like, some people have the same mom but not the same dad, or the same dad, and both parents are living.
Yes, both our parents are still alive, but yes, we have the same mom, the same dad. Yes.
So if they ever found out, how you think they would react?
I would say that they really can't speak on any situations and try to give us no feedback, because obviously the things that they did in life wasn't really working, and you probably did need to let somebody third in to help with basically anything. It could be anything that they could just be helping with, and I'm pretty sure that they have their own skeletons in their closet where they did their own dirt, and me living us living with our mom our whole life. We grew up and we seen it. So, I mean, she personally wasn't in a situation like this, but I mean, she wasn't no angel.
Right. I'm really intrigued by your intellect, basically, because you know, coming out of an abusive relationship, as you said, a lot of people wouldn't have the understanding that you have, and I think that's kind of rare. That's why when I was speaking to you on Instagram, I was kind of like, I really wanted to interview you, because it seemed like you kind of got what I was talking about. You know what I'm saying? But on some level, I kind of agree with everything that you're saying. But I think some of how you feel, do you think is mostly because of the trauma, or do you feel that if you didn't have any type of trauma, that your life would be way different?
I think that if I wouldn't be in this household where I don't think that it really involves like the trauma. It's basically who the person is like attracted to. Like I like his intellect. So if he can talk to me about changing and being basically a better person, or just speaking some real facts, and it's like everybody don't get some of the things that you normally say. Like you can have a very intellectual brain, and there's not very many people out here in the world that just basically just get it. And I guess that's what I'm basically just drawn to. So even if I was in the whole domestic violence situation, or if I wasn't, I feel that it probably would end out the same if I was here. If I wasn't here, I don't think that it would.
Right.
Because I wouldn't be here.
Right.
And I feel things will no. I don't think that nothing will ever change besides my kids. That I don't think that anything will change besides my kids that like come in to get the kids or anything like that. And I'm way past that situation of even trying to even go back or looking back or so. Mm-hmm.
So tell me this, all right? I get that when I talk to women, like just throughout my lifetime, just talking to women, I have noticed that a lot of times that women who come from abusive relationships sometimes have seen some type of abuse as a child. Is that the case with you?
Have I seen any abuse as a child? Yeah, but that was like on my dad's side, and I really like lived and grew up with my mom. So we really wasn't around our dad or anything like that. And I'm not sure if that was the whole case of why my mom left my dad, because we were so young. And by me and my sister, we're like back to back actually. Like we actually be the same month. I mean the same age for 3 months. And I don't honestly know if that was the case with them, but I have seen my father, you know, do some domestic violence to his woman, and I was quick to get up out of that situation. And
yeah, so you would never.
I guess I really didn't witness it as a child, unless I did for the little time that I was with my dad. So.
Overall, how would you consider your childhood being? Like normal, like a normal childhood, or like
no,
not normal.
I think that really it's like I've been in survival mode for the longest, really, probably up until I moved in, and I moved in my sister's home back in October. So just being in survival mode for basically the longest. Oh my God. I don't think I had a normal childhood at all.
What are some of the hardest things you had to deal with as a child? Or like if you had to rate the hardest thing you had to deal with as a child, what would you consider it?
My mom was a drinker. So I think that was like pretty hard.
So
and literally not literally like having any family to turn to. Like we have a little family, and I actually stay in Wisconsin, and all like really like all of my family. None of my family bothered to move to Wisconsin. They're they're all 8 hours away. They all live in Michigan, so that's like really hard. And nobody wants to come to Wisconsin where it's better or they can have a different opportunity and see life different or just anything. Like I can't even say that I have a cousin, one cousin, or anything to just turn to where, you know, the situation is bad at home, so I can go over here to my cousin's house. I guess we didn't have that, so that was kind of hard as well.
Right. And another thing I wanted to ask, kind of, do you, all right, because I asked you a question and you said that probably if like you didn't go through some of the things you went through, you wouldn't be where you are, correct? I'm just trying to reiterate what you, is that I'm just trying to come to a clear understanding. That is what you said, right?
Say that one more time.
That if like the things that you went through are the reason why you are where you are, like in, you know, in the situation that we're talking about, like this, like the trauma was a factor into that situation. So what I'm basically trying to get at is that, do you consider this type of relationship, could it be like a normal thing, or is it just something that will mostly stem from like one person having a traumatic situation, or is it, you know what I'm saying, like do you think this could become like a normal thing? Can you see this being a normal thing
between us, or
yeah,
like
between y'all, just those type of relationships in general, not just yours, in general? Can you see that becoming a normal thing, like within time?
The way society is today, I think that a lot of things can become acceptable, like such as being in a relationship where there's two people, whether there's two men or two women, or, you know, however it is. I think that society is more basically acceptable, and most likely will be more acceptable upon either the two people not being basically related. I think people will probably frown upon looking at my situation and just being like, just basically jumping to conclusions that they don't really just know. So.
Right. And me, I live in the South, so we like, everything is like way traditional, but you know, people have their situations. We call them situationships, but for the most part, everything is kind of traditional here for the most part. But it was fantastic talking to you, and I plan on running this interview, and when we're going to get way more questions, so we might do a part 2. We because everybody is like really waiting on this interview. They really want to know like the insight of it, and you were the perfect person to give it to us, and I want to thank you for that, for having the courage to speak and, you know, just tell your story, because I'm tell you the truth, this could help somebody. It really could just gain the insight, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to build a dialogue with, you know, with situations like this. So I just want to thank you for your interview and your time, and I appreciate it. And we're gonna definitely do a part 2. I just don't want to take up too much of your time because we already going on like 40 something minutes.
Yeah, you're welcome, and I'll most definitely be looking forward to part 2.
Yeah, now that was my conversation with Winter. It was real insightful. You did. Hopefully we created a good dialogue, you hear me, and hopefully y'all be back and just keep fucking with me, because we gonna open up. We're gonna talk about type of shit you did. We're gonna interview rappers. We're gonna interview small business owners. We're gonna get to the thick of things. You dig? Like within community, relationships, and economics, like in general. Like it's gonna be some hood shit. You dig? But we just gonna keep it thorough. But I just want to thank y'all for just listening. You dig? Just subscribe. Make sure you share this. Make sure you tell people to come listen. You dig? And just holler. If you know somebody with a real interesting story, holler at me at Benjamin's Room on Instagram, and we could hook something up. Thanks.